Hello there, welcome to Talking Balearics with me, Martin Makepeace, here in sunny Ibiza.
And me, Richie Pryor, here in sunny Mallorca as well, Mark.
It's not bad, is it? Now, I noticed from behind you, you're in a soundproof booth, Richie. Can you tell me why?
All the mod cons here, mate. We've just launched a brand new English-speaking radio station called Wave Mallorca here in Mallorca.
Yeah.
And this is where I am now, just down the breakfast show, actually.
Okay. So you really are the Steve Wright or Chris Evans of Mallorca these days, then, aren't you?
Yes, mate. You could. Well, if only I could get anywhere near those two, I'd be very, very happy. To be honest with you, but yes, I do breakfast from 7 till 10 Spanish time. That's 6 till 10. 6 till 9 UK time, and then there's obviously shows going on all the way through the day, music playing all the way through the night.
But you were with Radio 1 Mallorca before, so now you switched over to a new radio station. Is that right, Richie?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Brand new station. Is it going to be different? How different is it going to be?
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're going to obviously concentrate on the community. We've between us. I worked out yesterday that between us, all the presenters that do live programs have lived here for over 100 years. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe that quite easily.
Judging by the look of me, you can actually get that. But so we've got a lot of experience in and around the community. We're going to bring back some charity work that we've done previously, which is great. And just to get everybody involved. Played us some great music, of course, because that's what radio is all about, but keeping the content good as well. Now,
this is Talking Balearics, so should we talk some Balearics, mate?
Yes, mate. I can't wait. What are we looking at this week?
Well, as you know, I've been away for a week, so I'm just playing catch up at the moment. But
you've been on holiday, have you?
Just a little ski holiday, and I did spend a very nice night in the Melia Palma Bay on Saturday night, Richie. I nearly called you.
In Palma.
Yeah,
you missed a flight or something, so you had to stay overnight.
I didn't miss one flight, mate. I missed 3 flights, which is
really?
It's a long story, but however. I won't go into details, but I ended up in the Melia Palma Bay on Saturday night and had a very pleasant stay. Woke up with a great view of Palma. What a beautiful city it is as well. So very nice.
It is lovely, Palma. It is.
Talking Balearics, I've got an update of, again, I think it's probably going to be the last time we speak about it for a while. So the eco tax, it just came out this week where Ibiza is spending their eco tax. So it's not the most exciting thing in the world. We have been a little bit critical of it, haven't we, Richie? So I think it's only fair. Yeah. It's only fair that I announce where Ibiza is spending the next millions of eco tax.
We're also going to talk about a headline that was hit the front pages of newspapers both here in Spain and in the Mallorca Daily Bulletin as well, which was 3 million tourists go missing.
Yeah.
When you look at the headline, you go, hey, how does that work? So we'll look at that in a little bit more detail because the devil is in the detail, as it always is.
Always is.
Sort of stories.
I've got the fifth most multon, which means the most multas given, the most fines given. What do you call it? Traffic. Speed camera.
No, the speed camera. Yeah.
Speed camera. Yeah. I thought it was the highest, but it's actually the 5th highest in the whole of Spain. And also a little update about vehicles in Ibiza, which is a topic we've spoken about as well before.
We're also going to talk about, we're talking to vehicles, nice little segue into drink driving, because there's a new law coming out apparently across Spain of the new drink driving laws. And you've got some news of new artists at your big club, I hear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to totally go on about Universe, but it's going to be the biggest thing that's going to happen in Ibiza this year. So just a little update on what's happening there. And also an old favourite is returned as well. So Richie, fire away. First up, mate.
Perhaps you'd like to speak to your friends at Batuti's to sponsor us, Mark, as we keep giving them all these mentions.
Absolutely. You know I think so. Hey? Now we've got massive listening figures as well. I mean, it's like it's on the radar, isn't it?
It's going off the scale. So listen, yes, this story came out that an estimated, the Bulletin had it as 2 million and the Altamora had it as 3 million. So basically what it is that these are tourists. We say they're tourists, but are they actually tourists is another thing. These are people that come or second homeowners. This is also people that come and stay with family or friends in their own home. And these are also people that rent illegal rentals, basically, rents that aren't basically on the books. So they say because all these people do not pay the tourist tax, of course, because, if they're coming to visit someone to live who are not registered as part of a government thing, then they wouldn't pay the tourist tax. So there's lots of ways of looking at this, to be honest with you. And then when you actually go into the numbers, the numbers of illegal lets is pretty inconclusive, to be perfectly honest. They haven't really come up with an actual number of how many illegal lets there are. We know there are illegal lets, of course, They haven't managed to close too many down right now, but I know they're working on that, which is something that the government, I think, needs to get onto. But when you look at the number, look at 3 million, and then you look at the overall number of people that visit, whether it be Mallorca or the whole of the Balearic Islands, it's not a huge number in the overall total when you look at it percentage-wise. But if it does help with sustainability, then it's something obviously that needs to be done. How that gets done, I don't know, because it can be, it's a difficult thing to do. I get it, but I think it's something that the hoteliers have made people aware of, and also obviously the tour operators, because it affects their business too.
Well, I mean, right, point of order, Richie, because when long time ago when we were campaigning for Ryanair flights into the island, we had a very interesting conversation with the Minister of Mobility, where they were saying, where does public transport stop and tourism start? Yeah, because as you rightly say there, second homeowners, friends of friends as well. I mean, are they tourists or are they friends? Or are they public transport? It's a real grey area. Now, I would imagine that anybody coming into Mallorca in the summertime is counted as one passenger. It's very tough to say whether they're a tourist or a homeowner as well. What we've got to find is a way we can cut down. Forget that. It's all about illegal rentals. Okay, I wouldn't get too bogged down with this 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 1 million thing as well. We know where the illegal rentals are. We have to crack down on them. And I think they are, but I guarantee, Richie, me and you could set up a department in the Conseil or the island council of either islands or all islands, and we could crack down within 48 hours, because we know where they are, we know the blocks they are as well. It's just got to be some willingness from the island council. I think it's there, but as usual in Spain, the wheels are turning very slowly.
Yeah, and paperwork obviously gets involved, like most things here in Spain, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, as I say, there are people being fined, and there are obviously things being changed, but not on a quick enough path.
No. I think that, but that isn't that the general consensus always around the Balearic Islands anyway. I don't think Menorca have a problem, by the way, Richie, because I think they're all over it. I think they issue their licenses very quickly. I think it's a really well controlled area in Menorca, Formentera as well. I think Mallorca's not bad, and I think Ibiza's horrendous, because that's just the way we are over here. I'm afraid we just seem to be lacking in the will to really crack down on illegal rentals, because illegal rentals in apartments, it's unforgivable these days, Richie. It really is.
I agree. Should we move on to this story that you've got, obviously, which we can link into with the tourist tax, of course,
yeah.
in Ibiza?
We've got some good segues today, mate, because you've gone from...
Know what we're doing, mate.
Now, we've been hypercritical of the tourist tax, and I think the transparency issue is still there. But there was an article this week about Ibiza. It was interesting, actually, because 380 million euros has been announced in the tourist tax, and 67 million of that is going to come to Ibiza. Now, reading through to see where it's been spent, it's very interesting, actually, because I think this is where it becomes subjective. What do you spend the money on? Because I know I'd like to see the updating of sports facilities, the updating of public transport, things like that. But there is an actual committee that actually sits and does these things. But just to give you an idea, out the 67 million, 12.7 million is going to be on the modernisation of the island, which is 5 million goes to the Palau de Congressos, which is in Santa Eulalia. There's 1.33 million going to Camp Mrs. Sports area. There's 1.28 million going to parking, 500,000 going to fairgrounds. This is an interesting one. The staircase of Juan Ramon Jimenez, which I'm not sure where that is, but I'm hoping our viewers will be. There's €1 million for that. And also, very importantly, I don't know if I told you about it last week, but there's a boulevard being built from San Antonio Town Centre to the Sunset Strip, which is going to connect the two, which is a real modernisation of, really good idea. And €1 million is going to that as well. So there's a lot, 10 million is going to waste and water as well. So, I mean, the good point about this, Rich, is that there is some transparency there as well. So I'm really pleased that it's been advertised. I don't think it's been advertised enough. I know I'm being critical again. Yeah, I think it should be on the front page of all the English-speaking press and everything as well, just so we know. But I suppose it doesn't sell, does it? This kind of clickbait doesn't sell, does it, Rich? I mean, people's not really interested apart from me and you, it would seem. No one else seems to be very interested. So,
Yeah, I mean, but obviously then it's down to us to get the message out there that where the money is being spent. Because that's the problem. You know, if no message is getting out there, it's not good enough. You know, people like us and other people out there should actually spread that message and get it out, because I think it's very important. You know, you're paying for something, you want to know where that money's going to, and is it helping with sustainability?
I completely agree, Richie. Well done.
Yeah, well, interestingly enough, the Spanish drink driving laws apparently are going to change. This has come from the PSOE political party proposal to modify traffic regulations, which was met with the majority of approval by the government of MPs. The maximum limit will go from 0.5 grams of alcohol per litre of blood to 0.2, while the limit for expelled air will reduce from 0.25 milligrams of alcohol per litre to 0.10 milligrams. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't understand why they just don't go to zero. You know, just don't drink and drive. It's a lot easier, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Just say no drink, because what happens with this, it affects people in different ways. You know, we're all different. We're all built differently. So, you know, I could maybe have 4 pints and you could only have 2, but my rate could be lower than yours. I don't think there's an exact science to this. If you just said, listen, you have a drink and you get caught, you're going to get fined. Do you know what I mean? Or even banned from driving. So I think that's the easiest way to do it for me.
And also, I think they need to get it out there as well, because there's also a bit of a sense when people come away on holiday, they can relax and do what they want when they can't. I don't know if you have it over there in Mallorca, but over here in Ibiza, in the winter, we almost seem to have too many car stops. And in the summer, we have no car stops because the police just aren't.
Because they've got nothing to do right now. So everywhere I go, you get stopped. It's unbelievable. On every roundabout that you seem to go up, and that's where they are. You don't see them in the summer. You're right. Totally.
No, I feel that in Ibiza especially, I can't comment on Mallorca and Menorca, but I feel like in the summer it's a lawless state, and then in the winter it's a police state. It really is a game of two halves. So I think they've got to get the balance right as well. You know, I do understand they're under pressure in the summer, and maybe there are other things to look at. But I think I agree with you, Rich. Zero tolerance. If you have anything to drink, then you get pulled. It's as simple as that. Talking of vehicles, another nice segue. I'm going to go straight into. I'm going to go straight into. I always thought it was the most profitable speed camera in Spain, but it's been published today that it's actually the 5th most profitable speed camera in Spain. That's the speed camera between San Antonio and Ibiza. And it was funny back in the day. I think it's got to be a good part of 20 years ago when it was first introduced. No one knew it was there, and everyone kept getting, before it was announced, everyone kept getting little slips through the post. I think I had 3 or 4 as well, because you used to go fast from San Antonio to Ibiza. But it's the 5th biggest speed camera there, and it's just coming out the tunnel at San Rafael. It's on your right hand side, so you've got to be very, very careful. And talking of cars, I see that again it's been published today. I don't know how far away it is. But remember, I think you blogged about it. I blogged about it as well, Richie. The limitation of cars on the island of Ibiza, that's looking like a reality now, because I saw there's been a convenio, which is an agreement between the ferry companies and the Ibiza government to pass on information. So it's already happened in Formentera, and it looks like it's going to happen in Ibiza, where you just can't bring a car in anymore willy-nilly. You're going to have to register it. You have to pay a tax to bring it in, and it's going to be controlled. And I think it's a good thing, Rich. I mean, because something has to be done. We live in a small space. We've only got 220 square kilometres. There is a limitation on space. And in the summer, I've heard you moan about it on the radio many times. It just becomes one big traffic jam. You know, you hear about the M25 back in the UK being the biggest car park in the world. We don't want our islands to be like that. And I think it's really important that we look for limitations on cars. So I think it's a move in the right direction. Will it come in for this summer? I doubt it. There was word of June, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
Can I just ask about the, you said that camera in Ibiza is amongst the top 10. Is there any in Mallorca that have come up in that list? Or
I didn't read it. I didn't read the highest one is in Madrid. I saw that, and we were 5th. But go on.
The only reason I say is that I've been caught, and lots of people I'm sure like me have been caught on this place. It's in Son Rapina. It's when you go down off the motorway to go to Son Rapina. Everybody will know that there's a McDonald's down there on the right-hand side. And as you go down that road, you're heading towards Juaneda Clinic. There is a 30-kilometre speed limit, and I've been done 3 or 4 times, I think it is. I can't remember exactly how many, because it's going down and also coming back out again. Because that's the shortcut I use to get out of Real Mallorca quickly when I'm leaving in the car park or in and around the stadium. And I've been caught 3 or 4 times. 30 kilometres, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been caught in some Rapinia.
Do you not do that thing that I always do where I think, oh yeah, remember there's a radar, remember that. Then all of a sudden you switch off, you forget, you go past it and go, oh my life, I can't remember. I can't believe I've just forgot about that all the time. They are springing up all over the island now in Ibiza, which I don't think necessarily is a bad thing because it's just to control speed. But there are certain hot spots on the island, so I don't think.
And I've seen one. Actually, I've seen one for people in Mallorca. I've seen one. Other people might notice it just near the turn off to Manacor. The tunnel turn off there is they put in a speed limit of 60 kilometres because they're obviously redoing the road. They're making it into 4 lanes instead of 3. That's what they're trying to do to obviously ease the traffic congestion as well. But there is a speed camera down there, and I know I've definitely been past it at more than 60. I know I have, and I'm dreading. When it comes through my wife. I know my wife's going to kill me. But anyway,
the good
for anybody out there.
The good thing in Spain is you don't often get points; you just get a fine, don't you? So it's kind of
you get a fine, and if you pay it within a certain amount of time, it's 50%.
So there is a good thing about that as well. Should we talk about UNVRS, Rich?
Yeah, finally today, let's talk about UNVRS because that's your obviously big club reopening up in Ibiza. Used to be privilege, wasn't it? Many moons ago.
Yeah, before that, for any older people out there, it was Coup. Now,
yes, I remember Coup.
We are the so-called largest club in the world. Now, just to confirm, just for transparency, we are not a mouthpiece for the Matutes company, nor are we for UNVRS, because it's just relevant news. Because when the biggest club in the world reopens in the Balearics, I think it's newsworthy. Richie, would you agree?
Totally. I mean, it's massive. I mean, I imagine quite a lot of people from here will want to go over to that club.
No, absolutely. Well, you often find, Rich, when I do the hop over to Mallorca quite regularly, sometimes I come over on a Sunday morning to watch the football. The Ibiza Mallorca flight is full of Mallorquins half asleep because they just come over for the night, don't they? They have the club. They don't sleep anywhere, and they go back on the first flight in the morning to Mallorca. So there are a lot of people who go in between the islands. Not so many who go clubbing from Ibiza to Mallorca, but that's another story, isn't it? So.
Right, calm down.
Hey, but small wins, Richie. Small wins. I mentioned the other week that Elro had been confirmed for UNVRS. You talked to me about the big Elro party over there. Cole Cox has now been confirmed. Fish has been confirmed, which he's a big Australian one, and also Eric Pritz has been confirmed as well. Okay. That's 4 massive artists there confirmed for the Bees Club of the World. And what's interesting is that all these artists have played all these clubs before, so they're just going from club to club to club. So if you think Carl Cox going from High to UNVRS, it's a bit like probably going from Arsenal to Man City, to give it a football analogy there as well. So, very interesting, and it looks like it's shaping up for a June opening, so there's going to be a massive buzz about that. Also, last thing from me today, Richie, a good old return for a favourite to Ibiza Rocks Hotel. That's going to be Craig David. There you go.
Oh, really? There you go.
Craig David. We didn't think he was coming back, actually. Oh, yeah, there we go. I like that. Nice little...
Come on.
No, nice one, that is. He's got your flavour, though, Rich, that's for sure. No, so we weren't sure whether he was going to come back because Ibiza Rocks, there's a lot of competition out there and it's gone very studenty, very young, and we weren't quite sure whether we're going to go for a younger market. But I'm really pleased to say, because I think he's a fantastic show. I mean, I take all my friends to see Craig David, and he's returning back to Ibiza Rocks on a Wednesday this year. It was always Tuesday before, so that's great news for San Antonio, great news for Ibiza.
Good stuff. That's about it, Mark. Nice and quick and swift today.
Very quick, mate. Did you blog this week, Richard? I didn't see you blog this week.
I am blogging this week, actually. Oh no, I did do a blog. I blogged about the radio station launching at the weekend, but I'm doing a blog this week about the missing tourists, actually.
Right. Okay. I'm going to blog about the new pavement in San Antonio, which we'll talk about next week. Okay.
Okay.
Good to see you, Matt, and very good luck with the new radio station. And if there's room for a little nighttime talking show direct from Ibiza, you know where I am, mate.
Well, Manny Sana must return to breakfast, I think, as well. You know what I mean? We need to get you back on breakfast, so we'll talk about that soon.
Would be delighted to, Richie. Have a good week.
And you, mate. Take care.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye, mate.
Make me dance.